Come inside, travelers, and shut the door behind you. The wind is howling tonight. I'll regale you with a story of our last adventure. Upon entering the evil-looking chapel, Samal sees two shambling elven corpses. Physic enters the room behind and lobs an alchemist fire at one of them, critically striking the corpse, and it is engulfed in flames. Samal is attacked and hit hard by one of the corpses. I, Sage Tulok, use my power to hurl a dagger at the burning corpse. The second of the abominations attacks Samal, and with a fearsome strike he is brought down. After taking such a savage blow, Samal dies on the floor of the chapel. Physic flees the chapel in obvious horror, while I attempt to flee behind him but am taken down by one of the corpses. Realizing I'm not behind him, Physic returns to the chapel and, thank those above, revives me. We flee to Otari and give Wrin the gruesome details of Samal's death. After speaking with her, Physic and I return to my caravan. We discuss the events of the day and the evil in the lighthouse. Physic confides in me about visions of destruction and chaos he had been seeing. I return the favor in kind by telling Physic about the voice I've been hearing in my head. After a day of rest, we return to Wrin and decide to continue our adventure, to save Otari, and to rescue the corpse of Samal. Once speaking with Wrin, we learn of an Otari citizen returning to town by the name of Raphael.
Well,
Asshole.
Look, I don't know. I mean, I was trying to think of what we might have done wrong just in case, and then we're like, oh shit, we got to re-record everything. But I don't know if we really did. It was just, oh man, we talked about it already, but not with James here, and I'm terrified of him right now. But
yeah, so I'm back, listeners. I'm back, ready to play.
Yeah,
again.
And it was just a move, two big ass hits, one of them a crit by the new critting rules of a 10 above the old AC, natural 19, and then followed by a crit fail on a flat check for dying condition. Like,
yeah,
that is
so you're not wrong.
Luck of the draw,
and I've had a lot of time to stew on this.
Okay. Oh no.
And so I've actually been stewing on this for more than a week. I've been stewing on this for a couple of weeks, but I didn't want to say anything because it's your decision to make, and I'm not saying it would have changed anything. Okay, but it would have drastically changed the dynamic of the combat.
Okay, I'm ready for my delicate scolding.
We did that role play with Samal and Wrin at the beginning of a couple episodes ago. Mm-hmm. I never got a hero point for that, and I've been stewing about it ever since. Oh. Having that hero point from that would have allowed me a heroic recovery. Ooh. But it's your decision to give out the hero points, and I wouldn't have died immediately. I would have stabilized, but you didn't give me a hero point for it because my roleplay wasn't good enough. So I wasn't able to heroic recovery, and I've been choking that down for a couple of weeks. Whoa. And then heroic recovery happened, and then Samal went down, and I didn't get to use it because I never got one.
We got to share the blame here a little bit. Okay. First of all, don't infer that I thought your role-playing was shit, because it clearly wasn't. It was amazing. That was a That was one of my favorite moments so far.
Didn't you use a heroic recovery after that though?
You did, actually.
From
the giant flies.
The fly.
Yeah. That's why I didn't question whether he had a hero point, because I knew you had used it already. So otherwise I was like, oh, does he have one? No, he used it. Both him and Physic, both Samal and Physic went down in the giant fly fight, and you both used your hero points.
Okay, so I was wrong, and I apologize.
That being said, how dare you? But that being said, you know all too well, you and Scott particularly know all too well that I'm really bad at remembering giving inspiration and shit out.
You had been really good about it the last couple of weeks, and that's
so
why I didn't say anything.
And my heart sank. I was like, fuck, I've been doing good. Did I really not do it? Did I really not? But no.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't say anything, is because you had been doing good about it. I'm like, okay, maybe he thinks this could have gone better.
No, it's certainly not. No, I would love this.
It's only just the best roleplay of the network so far, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, even the chat between Physic and Tulok paled in comparison. You know, they sucked. But I am going to give them a hero point for it.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I don't want it.
Peek behind the curtain here, listeners. We're recording these episodes back to back, so I'm still going to be a little touchy this episode. I loved Samal. I was really excited to see where he went.
Oh man, same.
And I'm more than a little heartbroken that he went down that quick.
I'm jumping on that train because I fucking love Samal and I was excited and I really liked the dynamic our group had.
Same.
You might see like us try and shoehorn a one shot in the past, so Samal can show up as like a 9th level fighter bastion.
Yeah, Samal can ride again.
That would be amazing.
But we can all agree that for this episode, we can be a total bitch to Freeman.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't do it, guys.
When James came back in, I thought he was going to have gone off air, tabulated every single piece of XP, and been like, we should have leveled up after last session, and fuck you.
I can assure you, we are doing milestones in this, and I can assure you that the tally XP would not have reached there. It's
also irrelevant if we're doing milestones.
Right, yeah. I mean, like I said in the previous episode there, I've adjusted the encounters as best I can for certain degrees of difficulty with only a 3-person party, but that was an instance in which there wasn't really much that could have been done unless I guess we had a cleric and someone could have thrown heal at him. But even then, it was like, I think you went down, and then it was immediately your turn for pretty much immediately your turn for the death save. I don't think it could have happened at all unless the circumstances shown that initiative was a different order. But like, that's just, the chances of it being guaranteed you would have lived are so minimal. Like,
yeah, the only way it could have happened is if Sage was a cleric, like that delay, that punch in before my turn and then a stabilize, that could have happened. Right. But that's it.
Yeah.
And as a sorcerer, I don't even think he has access to the stabilize spell, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. James was quite prophetic with saying that he always gets critted on the first goddamn attacks from Freeman, though. So.
Oh man, it's been a trend. Yeah, and if Physic, could have just healed him better, maybe he would have survived.
James, I don't know if you were listening at all at this point, but I almost died as well.
I did, yeah. I was listening to the whole episode as I was clomping around my apartment trying to blow off steam before we recorded this one. Made myself a tea, I did some pull-ups, and I swore off my balcony.
I can see now, as I know you're just down the road from the restaurant that we met at. I just see like you step out on the balcony, and there's a couple people out in the patio, and you just hear, "Fuck!" And little do they know, it's over a dead tabletop RPG fantasy character.
A good character.
A very good character. Taking too early for myself. That being said, I love the idea of doing a one shot with Samal, like before he went into retirement, before he lost some of his edge and some of his skill that he was trying to gain back. Yeah,
like Samal in his early 30s.
That'd be super fun. Yeah. Well, Wrin requests that you go home, rest some more, and come back in the morning. She does read the stars for you, but we're going to do that a bit retroactive. I want Duncan and Scott, I want you to both think about what the immediate plan is for Physic and Tulok, and we will come back to the question that you ask for her reading the stars. Actually, what I should do first is roll to see what she accomplishes with that. And it's the same as last. You'll have the effects of augury, but again, for a 24 hours in the future. But think about what it is you plan to do next with just the two of you. But for now, you rest up, I guess. Do you guys head back to your own homes, or what's the deal overnight, I guess?
Yeah, I think Physic would just trudge home. Like after they were in the wagon in the marketplace, then they went back to Wrin's place. Then he's just a hop, skip, and a jump away from there, so he would just trudge home after meeting Wrin again at night and just absolutely collapse and have probably troubled dreams.
Tulok doesn't go straight home. He goes to the Dawnflower Library and starts reading tomes on necromancy or any sort of magic that can reanimate corpses. Where does this power come from? How is it possible? Any kind of stories about it, any sort of lore that he can find. He's just poring over these books and trying to find some answers.
You start poring over these books and searching frantically in your own way for information on necromancy and things that might be related to Gauntlight. And you start to think about the town of Otari itself, the founding of it, the story, something that not many people talk about anymore, not many people reflect upon, but everyone sort of knows and hears and from various sources, especially as you're growing up or as you become a member of this town. To start, you know that it all started with the Rose Guard. In the year 4244 AR, quite a long time ago, the Rose Guard were an adventuring party that was pre-Pathfinder society. They were based out of Absalom and are responsible for the founding of this town. You find yourself navigating some of these excerpts and pages amongst these books that lean towards their story. And it just sort of, you're not reading this story, but every once in a while something pops up about them and you think more about this Rose Guard. You remember that they caught wind of nefarious goings-on at a mysterious lighthouse, rumored to be the Gauntlight that is to the north here. And they set out to investigate and defeat its source. And it is the famous sorceress Belcora that is supposed to be that source. Belcora from the Otari nursery rhyme. And they set out to defeat her and stop this nefariousness, and indeed they did. The Rose Guard was made up of 4 heroes. Esefna Menhimes, cleric of Erastil, healer of the Rose Guard. Always more comfortable in a smaller town over bigger cities. Otari Ilvashti, a charming, optimistic rogue who always kept his allies hopeful with humor, even in the darkest hours. Vol Rajani, a no-nonsense swordsman. They claim to be exiled from royalty out of the country of Nadal. And Zarmavdian, a well-educated wizard and diviner who constantly pursued outlandish conspiracy theories and occult lore. These tiny little tidbits of personality are sprinkled around their story, never really knowing how true they are, but what you do know is that they defeated Belcora, but not before their companion Otari Ilvashti was struck down. And after that, the Rose Guard lost their taste for adventuring upon their great loss and retirement. And this really punctuates your situation right now. You might not have known Samal very well, but you feel the loss. Now, what the Rose Guard did was they retired and spent their savings on constructing several buildings and a sizable pier south of Gauntlet. And they named the new town after their fallen friend, Otari. A last honor bestowed by his adventuring partners to him because he dreamed to settle down in a small seaside village. And so they created that village. For decades, Otari was a prosperous little fishing village and never really grew beyond a population of 100 or so, though. And all three of the Rose Guard lived out the rest of their natural lives here. All three died of natural causes, with the last passing in the year of 4290 AR, a rare death for an adventurer. Retirement. And all of this strikes you in a way that makes you feel like you want to know more. And here's where I'm going to introduce the research system. It's a variant system in Pathfinder 2e. I think it's in Pathfinder 1e as well, I believe, where you can spend time learning new information on a given topic. In this case, the topic of the town of Otari. And how it works is you can use what's called the research action. It is a concentration on exploration and linguistic traits attached to it. So it doesn't have to be downtime, but in some cases it will take an hour or multiple hours to perform, depending on what you're doing. The basic idea is this. You have to have a library, or venue is what I've grown to call them, because they're not necessarily literal libraries, but rather just places to learn information. So it can be an actual library. It could be you simply recalling knowledge. It can be you having a conversation with a particular NPC. It can be, I think even in the Game Mastery Guide, they say like something like an astral memory palace that you enter. It could be all sorts of things. And what you do is you attempt to check if it has all the degrees of success. If you succeed, you get a research point. If you fail, you get none. If you critically succeed, you get 2. And if you critically fail, you get some disinformation and you lose a research point. Each venue or library has a limited capacity of how many points you can acquire. But the topic itself has what you call thresholds, for which you can attempt to hit to gain more information. So, for example, if you spend some of this time now in the Dawnflare Library, shifting your position on what you're researching onto the town of Otari, you can roll a check to see if you earn a research point. I'll give this one away for now, but the first threshold is 2 research points. And the library will only offer you so many research points. Your own recall knowledge will only offer you so many research points. And if you hit 2, I'll give you a block of information. If you hit 4, which I will tell you is the next threshold for that one, I'll give you another block of information. Now I've set up a couple of research topics here for our adventure. I'm not sure how far into this project and this adventure we will use them and how many other ones will pop up. I'm going to do that as I go. But for now, you definitely have the research topic of the town of Otari. But you also have the research topic of Belcora Harovex. And it is up to you what you want to research right now.
That's an easy one for Sage Tulok because he was wondering about necromancy and where that power comes from. So it makes sense for him to want to pivot and research Belcora.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of what her background is, why they were trying to take her down, why this adventuring party even went to the Gauntlet in the first place.
So if you want to switch to Belcora, you can, to start, you can do your research in one of three ways. Your own recollection and or gathering information. You can research in the Dawnflower Library, which you are now, or you could check out Odd Stories, the local bookshop. And in any of these venues, you can use Recall Knowledge Society or gather information, depending if you want to just recall the knowledge or gather information. And then, or you can use lores as well. So as always, I have a couple selected lores here, but you can utilize other lores. And if you want to argue for the utilization of other lores, you can. So right now, Recall Knowledge Society or gather information, which is usually diplomacy. Or you can use academia or library lore, or there is Otari or Absalom lore. And these will change. What's available for you automatically will change from topic to topic.
All right, I'm going to use gather information.
Okay. So this will involve, specifically gathering information will involve you talking to like the nearby acolytes, probably Vandy Banderdash, the librarian, and that sort of thing, and sort of trying to gather knowledge that they have acquired from this treasure trove of knowledge.
Okay.
And a gather information is a diplomacy check. DC is set by me. I have it here. Go ahead and roll it up and see what you get.
Oof. That's a 8 on the die for a 15. Not so good for me.
And yeah, you for the moment you don't really find any information. No research points are gained, and mostly you are talking to acolytes that have a little extra time on their hands, but they are new to all of this, and they do not have anything for you. They know about as much about Belcora as you do, which isn't much.
Great.
Was that sarcasm?
Yes.
It sure is. But I mean,
All
you
right.
have lots of time. You could try researching library yourself. Again, trying lore. What kind of lores do you have?
I only have fortune telling lore.
Oh.
Okay, well, can I do an untrained society check then? Or what were the other options?
So you have recall knowledge or gather information. They apply to the venue of like your own recollection.
Okay.
And then you have there's the other lore. So academia, library lore, Otari lore, Absalom lore. I can't really see how fortune telling lore will apply here.
No, I didn't think so either.
So on either research topic.
Okay, I will just go society check then.
Sure. Go for it.
Ah, fuck.
Not good?
No, 12.
Oh. But you could always bring this to physics attention as well, because while there are a limited amount of research points to be acquired from just recollection, any one of you can give it a go.
So yeah, I was going to say that he would have gone home and crashed immediately after that kind of traumatic day and night. But first thing in the morning, I think he would have gotten up with that curiosity and gone down. And with that same kind of thought in mind, researching Bellicora, because he'd have known of her a bit, and he is trained in Otari lore.
Ah. And the beauty of lores, if we haven't discussed it before, is that they tend to have lower DCs attached to them.
Oh, hell yeah.
23.
23. And you're going for Belcora, and that does get you a research point. It is a slightly awkward system because I don't have anything to give you with a single research point, but you are on your way to the first threshold.
And was there like a cooldown on when you can research those, or?
So just the recollection, I kind of feel I've set them up in a way that there's more points than necessary to be acquired. So if you miss out on some, you could still achieve the top threshold. But I would say that as far as recollection goes, and recalling knowledge, you can really only attempt once, because you're not just gonna, not likely to just suddenly have new information in your head from the past.
Right.
I mean, we could argue about that later, but I would say it will be a while, maybe at least 24 hours before you can attempt that again. Gathering information will change depending on where you're at and who you're asking. And then as far as research goes, in like a library or in the Odd Stories bookshop, like you can just keep going back until you hit the maximum amount of research points that venue can offer. Right.
Gotcha.
So as of right now, you've got a cap of 3 for each of those. So there's 3 research points available to you for Dawn Flower Library, 3 at the Odd Stories, and 3 for recollection and gathering information. And then from there, you'll have to find new venues to get more information.
Okay. So I have a passing knowledge of Belcora, but no actual information to go on.
Yeah. Which is the average case in Otari.
I suppose, yeah.
You said you do that before you go to bed, eh, Tulak?
Yeah.
And what time do either of you get up in the morning?
I'd say physics like 6:30. I'd say 6.
I think that Tulok kind of headed to bed quite late, so a little after that.
Okay. So what time do you head to Wrin's together? What time do you meet up and head to Wrin's?
Like 9 or 10, probably. He's a little slow to get at the day, tossing and turning, but as soon as he wakes up, he kind of recalls what happened the day before and has to kind of pull himself up by his bootstraps.
You take your time, starting the day a little bit later than usual. Get yourself sorted and go to meet Physic. At this point is where I imagine Physic tries his own recall knowledge, gains that research point, and you head towards Wrin's. And as you do, Tulak, you start to feel a little bit ill. You start to sort of sweat a little bit, and you're not feeling all that great. And I need you to roll me a fortitude save.
Uh-oh.
12.
Not great.
Nope.
Because you have been infected with flypox, and it only just settled in now from the giant flies.
Oh, great.
Had an onset of 24 hours. So about 9 a.m. is when it starts to hit you, and you feel enfeebled. You have the enfeebled 1 condition for the day. This is a disease, and it is virulent, which means you have to do 2 consecutive saves in order to recover from it. And you can only do them once per day.
Okay, and I'm enfeebled for 24 hours?
Correct.
Great, because I'm already weak as fuck, so now I'm weaker.
It's not your forte, enfeebled affecting your strength and fortitude saves and that sort of thing. So
-1 to athletics.
Sorry, it's not fortitude. Yeah, it's strength and athletics and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's not a good thing, but it's not going to have the most significant effect on your build.
Okay.
You guys, you start to sweat and feel a little awkward as you get to Wrin's, not feeling all that great. As you step in, you see Wrin is having some tea with a face that may or may not be familiar. James, please, with all grace and beauty and no anger whatsoever, describe this person.
So this being is very, very small. As it's sitting in Wrin's chair, its feet don't even really come off the seat of the chair too far. It has it's covered in dark black fur that's glistening, indicative of a healthy coat. It has dark black beady little eyes and on its right eye there is a dull blue pulsing spiral circling around it. It looks a little intimidating when you look directly into its eyes, but then you realize that it's very, very small. And he is a shuni. He's dressed in studded leather. There is a shield, a very, very small shield, leaned up against the chair next to him. And he is sitting there with what can only be described as a puggy grin. Just happy to be in the presence of Wrin.
Sorry, listeners. Freeman just dropped a picture into the chat of. Is this a pug? Is that what it? A pug dressed in leather armor with a cloak, a war horn, and a shield.
It's actually a pug dressed as Boromir. If you look, there's pugs dressed as all the creatures of Lord of the Rings.
Oh, God, it's amazing.
But I felt this one was the most appropriate.
Oh, it's so good.
The Horn of Gondor.
When you said it looked kind of intimidating, I was like, does it though? That's when I clicked share.
I saw. Yeah.
Does it though?
With no sense of scale, it looks very intimidating.
And Wrin has just finished recounting the recent events with this shuni. What's he seeming like right now?
His mood is a combination of dour, well, not dour, but like sadness. He's sad that I'm assuming he's heard the news about Samal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he's sad at the loss of life, but like if you look past him, you can see his tail wagging out the back of the chair because he is just primed. He is excited. He wants to go on an adventure, and he thinks this might be his shot.
Ooh. Feisty little pug boy.
Give Physic a run for his money. Who's just nervous and scared all the time.
More like a pug.
Like a pug has been dropped. Yeah. Wrin sees you and for a brief moment lights up at the sight of you. You know, but it doesn't last long. It's fleeting. And she says, Come in. I don't know if you know Raphael. He has been away. He is the nephew of Arthur of Arasto. I'm sure you're familiar with the fisherman. Raphael here has come home to tell us of his adventures and well, perhaps he is interested in your mission.
It would be very difficult of me not to be interested in your mission. There is much to be explored and gathered. I have often dreamed of exploring the Gauntlet myself. Perhaps you would be so kind as to take me with you.
Ah, Raphael. It's been many years since we've seen each other, my friend. How have you been?
I have been very good, Mr. Sage Tula. Things have been...
And he kind of shifts his eyes a little bit, like he's feigning a touch of untruth.
Things have been very good for me down at the academy. Things are going very well there, I assure you.
That is good to hear, my friend.
You did not mention this academy. What is it? Tell me in Physic.
Wrin, you know very well that I spent many years down at the Serene Spiral as a student of My Lady of the Graves.
And he gestures to the spiral around his eye as the mark of induction into the Serene Spiral.
Who is the Lady of the Graves? Scott is
Lady
asking,
of the Graves
not Sage Tula.
Is the goddess Pharasma.
Pharasma, okay.
She's the one that guides each soul to their appropriate afterlife based on their lives, essentially.
Yeah. Should I reveal this build, or do we want to bring it out?
That's up to you, I think. What do you prefer?
You know what? Let's do it now. I'm not one for building up anticipation. If I were a listener, I would want to.
Yeah, my preference as a listener would be to like hear the basic idea, but if you want to like hold back small elements such as like the new spell or something like that, by all means. But yeah, give us a rundown.
Yeah. So Raphael is a bloodhound Shuni, and he is a war priest of Pharasma with a domain that Freeman and I didn't talk about, but I took anyway. It's an alternate domain called the Soul Domain.
Sure, sounds good. It's in the core rules, right? Sold. Don't care. Love it.
Third party.
Probably. I'll look it up later.
Cold Blood Press.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. He's a fish seeker Shuni, like his uncle. He's not a bloodhound. My apologies.
And what does that entail?
Not much. Essentially, he gets one step more successful on grab an edge.
Oh, okay. That might come in handy. You never know.
They've come in handy so far.
And what class is he?
He is a war priest. So it's a version of cleric. Like I said last episode, we always need to take a fucking cleric. So now you're taking a fucking cleric.
I mean, you've been saying that since before we started, and that you were like, my backup is a cleric because I know we're going to need
I'm going to get that tattooed across my chest like 50 Cent. Like, take a cleric.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I thought I could build a heal bot, but much like your fighter, not much was going to kick in until that archetype on level 2.
Yeah, it's fine. I made Raphael as my backup before I knew you were playing a healer and before I knew Scott was a spellcaster, so now we have no frontline fighter. And I think technically as a war priest, I am still our frontline fighter, which is frightening.
I was thinking that as well.
Yep.
Well, when Sage Tulok dies, almost immediately now, I can come back as one of my martial classes.
little
that would
little
be very
swapperoo,
helpful, I think.
Yeah.
But let's see how this party makeup goes.
Yeah.
And when Physic dies, I'm just going to cry and quit.
Come back as his sister Mizik.
Well, hearing a little bit more about Raphael, Wrin shifts in her seat and then stands up. She says, I would like to establish something here that I established with Physic and Tulak last night. This is no longer a request from me, but a danger that we have determined to be too great to ignore. Raphael, I cannot emphasize enough just how dangerous this is. Samal was a powerful warrior in his day, and he had his edge with him. If you go, it is your choice, but I stand by you, and I will support you in any way I can.
It would be a true honor to walk in the shoes of my Uncle Arthur. He is a great Shuni and very well renowned, and the opportunity to explore and come back a hero with my old friend Sage Tulak under the guidance of my favorite teacher Wrin Vinci and my new best of friend Physic. I could not turn down such an opportunity even if I tried. Which I will not, I assure you. We will come back a successful.
Well, certainly painting a picture with this guy.
I bet he's a hand talker too. just waving all over the place.
Paw Talker.
Then it is settled. You new three set out to the Gauntlet. I pray to the cosmic caravan for your safe return. And you guys set out? Any shopping you want to do?
Well, before that, were we not ruminating on what she might be able to to divine from the stars?
I figured we'd do that on the walk back. But if there's any shopping you want to do now, you're welcome to do it. I don't think you really gained much. So yeah, we can just sort that out right now if you like.
I would like to buy a couple, just minor healing potions.
Have you guys thought about what your next action would be and how you would approach it?
I think Raphael would ask them an annoying amount of questions. Like, he would want details on everything the whole way up.
Yeah, that's totally fair. And I think that they would be giving him the answers both while walking there and then once they're in the building, showing, what they've come across. I know that Tulok wants to attempt to recover some of the loot that he saw on that corpse and also check to see, like, basically avoid detection and sneak up and try to find out what's going on with Samal's body.
Yeah, I mean, Raphael would be stoked to take on a couple of zombies. It's like his first outing. He is built for this. Like, this is his character staying, is sending bodies to the mistress of the graves to be judged.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm worried about facing them.
He is not. He is like all gusto about it. Like, again, like the Walking Dead are actually an anathema to him. So I don't think he could let it go.
He knows they're there. He's got to go get them. Yeah.
I think it is. I'll have to double check, but I think that's the anathema of Pharasma.
I would imagine so. So yeah, what course of action would you have presented for the augury spell?
Well, I guess that was my other question is, can you use that as kind of like a comparative of what it... Say you phrase it as it would be like, it would be safer to go in through one path of entry
You
versus
don't
another.
get yes or no questions, no. Or like guidance of directions.
Well,
you get,
okay.
if I do this, will I have good or bad results?
But not if I do
And
this
then it
instead
tells
of
you
this.
good, tells you bad, or it tells you both, or it tells you nothing. But you have to choose a course of action. If I do
Like,
this...
if we went and got Samal's body, or if we encountered the ghouls, again, or zombies, or whatever they are.
It's very, very vague answer, and is often best applied to something you don't know anything about. So let me give a little more context. If you ask, if we go to retrieve Samal's body, will we have good or bad results? I'll tell you right now, it'd be wheel and woe, because you guys know you're going to have to fight something, and there's equipment in there. So it's bad and good at the same time. Right? But
makes sense.
Knowing nothing about the lighthouse interior was your previous question, so it was a very appropriate way to go. You asked, what will our results be, essentially, if we go in at night? And it said, whoa. And then Wrin was like, but that's when the light's the brightest. So maybe that makes a difference, but I'm not sure. So that was outside of the spell itself, that piece of information, the advice.
Yeah, it feels like there's no level of specificity that will be satisfying.
What you want to do is focus on something about where you're going that you don't know, right? You want to ask a question about a course of action you plan to take in regards to a place or a thing you don't know anything about yet, such as that room between the chapel and the hallway. If we enter there, is it wheel or woe? If we go check out the boathouse, is it wheel or woe?
That's what I was thinking as well.
Lean towards the boathouse more, yeah. So let's go with if we enter at the boathouse, wheel or woe.
You good with that, Tulak?
Yeah, that's cool with me. I'm having a hard time coming up with anything, so let's just fucking send it.
Yeah, let's move on. For the boathouse, you receive nothing. Now, the key thing, I can't tell you what's truth or not on this case, but remember that I have to roll a flat check. And if I fail it, it always results in nothing. But if I succeed it, that means there's nothing. And it's a truthful nothing. But you will never know if nothing is truthful or not. But that's what you get.
All right. So a whole lot of nothing.
After all that chat, Not a goddamn thing.
Cut it! Cut it all! Yeah, I think that we push towards the chapel and see what we can see.
All right, so I assume you follow the usual route that you know is safe. You make your way into the L-shaped hallway just outside of the room where we found the potions and the room with the divan and the secret door. You left the doors open, but you don't see any walking dead kicking around.
I am avoiding notice as I approach.
And how's Raphael responding to all of the detailed information on this walk?
He's like vibrating with excitement. Like you can feel it in the air around you, how fucking excited he is, and you know that it's super inappropriate.
All right, so as they move north into that small triangular room that leads to the secret door that leads to the chapel, Tulak is avoiding notice and will peer inside.
Sorry, what action were you taking there?
Avoiding notice.
Okay, I'll take the defend action.
Okay, what's that do?
I get to walk around with my shield raised, which is something we probably should have talked about before now, but I just realized it was a thing.
Seriously. Oh man. Although technically, what was Samal's raised shield AC?
19. So one of those attacks wouldn't have hit.
It would have been a meat to beat on a critical, anyway, so it doesn't really change anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was 29 plus 10 to hit, rolled a natural 19.
So I think that Tulak will hold up a hand for them to hold back slightly as he approaches this secret door, peers in, and is going to attempt to loot this corpse without entering the room first.
Okay.
Or if he can't reach around that corner, I guess he's just going to try to sneakily grab it.
Raphael is following way too close behind you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because when you open the door from this side, it like fell over, and so based on the map, it's sort of next to the door, but it fell over because it was trying to sort of claw its way into that door. It seems
right.
So I would say it's just sitting right in front of the door now. It's just like sprawled out on the ground, so you can readily loot it.
Okay, perfect. So he's going to take the dagger and just stow it with his items. And then the +1 rapier, he turns to Raphael and is going to just hold it out for him.
Is it sized appropriately?
Yeah, I don't think there's too much issue
in 2E?
with a. Yeah, I don't think it's too much issue with an average weapon for a small and medium creature. So I don't think there's any issues there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean he'll take it. He's proficient in most weapons, I think.
Okay.
I'll throw it in your inventory.
Do we have a party loot?
I think I made one.
Where was that?
Yeah, we do. It's under players.
It's under
Party
loot
overview.
storage.
Oh,
yeah.
loot storage.
So you have
Okay,
your
so
own
he's gonna-
personal ones if we need to for like your home.
So there's a gold tooth, which he is going to toss in there. Yum. And then 2 unusual liquids that he is going to pass. Why won't it let me do that? Pass to Physic. And then there's an unusual object which he'd like to examine.
Okay. So
Sorry, I am not proficient in martial weapons. I did not.
It's
know
not
that,
a martial
but he'll
weapon, it's a
carry it.
common weapon, actually.
Oh, is it?
is it a simple weapon?
Simple, sorry.
It's in your inventory anyway. You can take a look.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
This would be a good time too, Physic, to try your hand at the potions again. You didn't quite identify.
Yeah, I suppose, I didn't identify the red liquid or the purple liquid, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, it was the purpley blue.
The violet, as I believe we called it.
I posted them both in the chat there. I think if you click those, we can automate it.
First one coming in hot.
Yeah. 15, success. It's one of your very familiar elixirs of life.
Oh, love those things.
Why you didn't notice the first time, I don't know.
Yeah. It's got a different shaped bottle. I don't know.
Yeah,
this
that's
one. Second one coming in hot.
You're rolling this secret, aren't you? I forget if they're.
That's what comes
up
up when I hit that
okay.
crafting button. Yeah.
Maybe it isn't. You know what? I'm actually what I'm going to do here is I just kind of thought to myself here, you should know an elixir of life no matter what because you have the formula for it. So I'm going to just say you knew that from the beginning, retcon, and I'm going to roll over your initial roll for this one, which identifies it as a skeptic's elixir.
Ooh. I don't trust that at all.
It's an elixir that sharpens your mind and allows you to see through lies, falsehoods, and magical trickery. You gain a +1 item bonus to perception checks and perception DCs to notice falsehoods, whether they're spoken lies or written deceit. You gain this same item bonus to will saves.
Nice. The old sucker's brew.
No. So it's a single action to use, and the duration is 1 minute. There you go. Back to you, Tulak. You want to try to identify this unusual object? It is a necklace or amulet around the neck of the corpse.
Okay.
I'll post the skills here. You just choose which one you like.
Can I aid?
Surely.
It's 22 to aid, so that's an aid.
Mm-hmm. You get a +1.
Okay, and I'm going to roll occultism. Damn it! So dumb! It's a 12. And then
no dice.
14 with the aid. He's actually going to take it and hand it to Physic as well. And say, Physic, I know you understand the occult. Maybe even more than me, so please take a look at this. And really quietly, because just fucking zombies.
Sure.
Yeah, and you're having to push Raphael down because he's like trying to peek around your shoulder and like look into the room. Like
down, Raphael,
so
down.
Bad.
Heal,
God boy. Yeah, Physic will take the thing on the down low, which is inches from the floor given the size of the guy. Do you want an occultism off that, or?
Yeah, go for it.
There's a 21.
Nice.
Yeah, you know that it is a channel protection amulet. This nugget of polished tektite is trapped in a cage of braided wire and hangs from a silken cord. When wearing the amulet, you gain resistance 5 against damage from harm spells if you're living, or against heal spells if you're undead.
I'm glad you explained that amulet so I didn't have to.
All right. That's sick.
Now, yeah. Who wants that? It's pretty alright.
Everyone?
I can't help but think Physic would thrust it towards the most fighty looking one of the three of us. And that would probably be the small pug man.
Does Raphael take it?
I think he'll need this.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention, but yeah, he'll take it.
I think it's a good call because we need to keep him alive to keep us alive.
He's just he's kind of looking at the +1 rapier. He's looking around like he's like trying to detect magic to sense ghosts, in which he will actually bust off and detect magic while this is happening. He's buzzing. He's not really paying attention to what Physic and Tulak are saying.
Would you say he's happy as a pug in shit?
Hey-oh.
I gotta go.
Get out! Just so you know, this is the first item you guys have received that requires investiture. which is essentially like a 5e. You get a tune,
Attunement.
but in 2e you can do basically 10 items, I think it is, in total instead of like 3.
And there's 2 unusual liquids in there too.
Yeah, go ahead and roll on those as you go if you like.
Yeah, I will attempt some more identification. I don't know why I just rolled medicine. I will attempt some more identification of those unknown liquids. Do we get like a color code I can go on here, or?
You have a red liquid again and another purple one.
Ooh.
Which
So
one
I
you
just
checking?
rolled one. The red one.
Red one. It is a potion of healing, minor.
Nice. And
You do not know what the purple
mystery
one is.
purple.
Another mystery purple.
Okay, I think he will offer that minor healing potion to one of the others because he's getting full up on the bandolier.
Okay.
Raphael has one, so you can take it, Sage.
All right, I will gladly.
Can we go into the room now, please, sirs? I very much want to see the undead zombies.
So eager. I love it.
Oh, the hubris.
Who's gonna take the? Oh yeah, take those potions, unidentified or not.
Okay, I took the healing.
As you pick at the corpse here, Tulak, and pass items along to be identified and checked out, you can't help but see out of the corner of your eye the corpse of Samal sitting in the same spot that it was.
Yeah, I just picture like the blood, just when it gets like dark and thick after it's kind of congealed for a while, coagulated. Yeah, just like thick on the floor.
It's come downstairs a whole bunch, and it's just all over the place.
Is there another charred corpse lying next to him?
There is not. Yeah, it ended up saving its.
So the zombie must have put itself out.
It ended up going out just before they escaped. So
Okay.
All right, so looking at Raphael with kind of a grim nod, he says, "We should enter, but watch out. They have powers that look like it could work at a distance. I do not know."
Okay, I am ready. Yes, I'm very ready, Mr. Tulak.
All right, and then he is going to sneak on in like a sneaky little sneak.
okay, he sneaks on in.
Oh, also casting mage armor on himself. Can't forget that.
All right, move on in and see what's up. You step into the room, Raphael on your heels, and it's as it was before, cold, damp, skulls lining the stone walls, carved in. The eerie stained glass windows beyond the altar. As you step forward, Raphael reaches the point of Samal's body, and he sees out of the corner of his eye, in the corners east and west again, the bodies he was warned about, the corpses he was warned about. They haven't moved just yet.
he will reach out and try and grab like Samal's armpits or his feet or whatever he can and drag him backwards.
You grab a hold and you start to drag. And he comes down the stairs, ka-dunk, dunk, 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 and you rouse the corpses with this noise. And we're going to roll for initiative.
All right, let's try this
Perhaps
again.
Inevitably.
Before we get into combat, I just want to make it known Physic is back to shitting himself.
A classic trope here on Stemming the Tide. Let's roll some new initiative. Can I get a Physic, please?
18 from Physic.
Very nice. Can I get a Tulak, please?
Rolling with stealth,
Surely.
13.
Okay, and our first initiative from Raphael.
Coming in hot with a 6 on the die for 12.
Oh, you get a good initiative, though. Damn.
Yeah, that's hot.
+6. It's not too bad.
No, that's good.
Top of the order. Physic.
Physic's gonna wait.
Physic delays. Tulak.
Okay, he doesn't yet see the corpses, so he is going to stride north. And then he sees the one on the west side of the room. And will use his mind to send a loose boulder or stone from the corner, telekinetic projectile,
You
right
and your
at
loose stones and boulders.
They're all over the place. It's great. All right, so that is going to be a 22 to hit.
Oh,
That hits. Hell yeah.
Woo! All right, and 5 bludgeoning.
Oh, very nice. Big hit. You, as you spot it and quickly cast telekinetic projectile, you smash into it, and you as soon as it hits, you see a piece of it fall off, and you can see that this is the one that was charred. It seems to have some leftover scarring and decay or what have you from the fire. So you think maybe this one's still a little beaten down. Raphael.
Raphael puts his 2 little paws together and hangs his head and gives a little prayer to his Lady of the Graves before looking up and,
Please, friends, creatures, rejoin with your spirits.
and he will cast Heal with 3 actions in a 30-foot burst.
Hell yeah.
Hot damn.
So this target's all living and dead, so I need a basic fortitude save from you.
Okay.
For both the creatures.
This emanation just shoots out up and down the hallway and around the corners in this radiant
This
fashion.
ice blue light just erupts out of him.
Ah, so cool. All right, number 1's got a 9 on the fortitude,
No.
and I got an 11 for the other one.
No, sir.
Oh no.
That will be 3 points of positive energy damage
Okay, to both of them.
to both of them, yeah.
Okay.
And 3 points of healing to Sage and Physic.
But not to temporary hit points, right?
Not to temporary. So.
All right. Boom. Big burst, showy fashion. Pretty wicked.
Dope.
That's
Yep.
your full turn, eh?
That's all 3 actions.
and Physic will take his turn now.
Okay. He's entering the order.
Yeah, he sees this big blast of light that helped his friends and hurt his enemies. He will stride 20 feet forward.
Careful, buddy. I was just thinking about how I feel very close to this combat.
You guys are getting real close to melee.
Way too
They're
cocky right
way back in the corner, aren't they?
Yeah.
now. I know, I didn't realize. I thought they were going to be closer. But I had to look.
Change
Well, he's
position
gonna
ever so slightly.
That makes me feel like an idiot, so he will stride 10 feet back.
So he goes 20 forward, 10 back. That's still the same stride, right? You have 30 feet, or you have 20? No, you only have 25. So that's going to count as 2
25.
actions.
Yeah. And he will ready a dart and end his turn.
It costs you 2 actions to ready a single action, so you can't do that.
So even if it's drawing from the bandolier, which would be 1 action.
Yeah, anything you ready for a trigger, like the trigger costs you 1 action, and then 1 action to actually do it. You know what I mean?
Okay, if it's not readying it, can I draw it from the bandolier?
Then you could just draw it and have it in your hand. Yeah.
Okay, I will draw. Not ready. Sorry.
Just rules is written.
That was
a readied action is very specific. Yeah.
Mistake on my part. Okay, I will draw a dart and end my turn.
Gotcha. All right. Corpse to the east rambles around the corner and turns towards Tulak. Stepping forward, it's going to attack with its jaws. 12 to hit.
That's a miss.
Tries to bite you. Angrily tries to claw you with a 24, this one.
That is a hit.
And, 10 slashing. Big hit.
Okay.
Brains. No, it doesn't actually say that. But that's its turn. The next one also steps out and views the area and starts to make its way towards Raphael and Physic. Let's roll to see who it strikes. It's going to be Raphael. It comes at you with its jaws for 24 to hit.
24 is a hit, yeah.
9 points of damage.
Holy fuck.
And what's your AC?
17.
15 to hit. Misses. Oh, sorry, 16 to hit. Misses.
Jesus, when you asked what his AC was, I thought you just crit him again.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking hell. Dude, I don't know if we're going to be able to take these guys out.
I mean, we'll see.
And that brings us to the top of the round. Tulak.
All right, Tulak will frickin' run. He's going to stride back to there. And then he is going to... cast. What does he want to cast? He's gonna use another telekinetic. Oh my god, telekinetic projectile. Son of a god! I even read it before I said it, so I wouldn't. Man. Okay, flinging another stone at the zombie that he had already hit.
Okay.
And misses with an 11, I assume.
It does miss, yes.
Fuck. All right, that's his turn.
Crappy Doodle, you guys are in a dangerous spot. Raphael.
Yeah, dude.
First action, he's going to reach out and touch the zombie in front of him. I require another basic fortitude save as he expends another use of his heal for the day.
An 11 and a
11
13.
Is a fail. Just the first one. He's just touching this one.
Oh, you're just touching. Okay, 11, yeah. Fails.
Yeah, I can't do the 3-round burst because it'll provoke, and he's unsure whether or not this creature will take it. That is 8 points of positive energy damage, though.
It had exactly 8 points left.
Woo! Thank God.
It goes down, and the corpse collapses to the ground and falls over. But out of its face and mouth pops up this tiny little blue light that just floats in the air.
I will raise my shield with my second action.
Okay.
And third action, can I do a knowledge religion check on this blue light?
Yes, you can. Or if you have a lore. Do you have a lore possible?
Academia, but it's not going to be my religion. My religion's +6.
Okay.
That was supposed to be private.
That's fine.
But
You rolled a 17, and you don't know what this is, but you're pretty damn sure it's related to a will-o-wisp.
he will convey that to the group. And what does he know about will-o-wisps, if anything?
What you do know about will-o-wisps probably is that they are not undead, but this was affected by your positive damage. It has the negative healing trait. You know that much, simply because you acted upon it. So you suspect it's not just the body; it was animating the body itself. So this entity here is affected by what you just did.
Okay. He conveys that to the group. And is starting to regret his decision to just waltz in.
Alright, and that's your turn?
Yep.
Physic. This tiny ball of light is just floating in front of you.
Yeah, loving that. But he's a little bit fucked up by being surrounded and seeing everything go down so quickly again. He will take a glance over, see that shambling dead body once again, and throw an alchemist fire at it.
Okay, so you're throwing at the far one?
Yep, throwing it at the one that's left. Because it's 5 minutes, it's 20 feet away, which is right in line with a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so that will be 5 initial damage, plus it's 1 splash damage, and it's 1 perpetual damage.
Persistent fire.
Persistent.
Yeah, sweet. Okay. And
then having seen the reaction of this entity to my north, he will use his last 2 actions to give it an elixir of life.
to give
The will-o'-the-wisp thing, an elixir of life.
Oh, the light. You're going to toss an elixir of life on it?
Well, yeah, it didn't seem to really like the whole healing spell thing.
Okay.
So if I could... I don't know if there's a mouth to pour it in.
This is a big gray area because of how negative and positive things work when it comes to the negative healing trait. So what you do with your elixir of life is not, as far as I know, is not positive by its type of damage and or healing. I could be wrong about this. Hold on. That does have the healing trait. A healing effect restores a creature's body typically by restoring hit points, but sometimes by removing diseases or other debilitating effects. So negative healing is what this creature has, and that means a creature with negative healing draws health from negative energy rather than positive energy. It is damaged by positive damage and is not healed by positive healing effects. It does not take negative damage, and it is healed by negative effects that heal undead. So I'm going to give this to you as a freebie because I'm going to assume that Raphael explained that it is undead, for sure, even this light. But this would have basically just 0 effect on it at all. It wouldn't heal it, it wouldn't damage it. And I feel like you should know that. Because you're using alchemical stuff. You know it's not like anti-undead. You know you're doing something more physical and biological than something truly magical or of a different like physical entity or essence like positive energy. Physical energy is what I was looking for.
Well, if that's the case, and we're just going to hand wash that, I will take a step away, like a good little boy. And I used one hand to throw a bomb at an undead, and I will use my other hand to launch that dart that was in my hand. It will probably not do much, but I'm going to throw it against that... the
little light?
Will-o'-the-wisp.
Okay.
And see it pass right through, I imagine. It's a 10 to hit, so probably pass right through, even at the best of times.
Okay, yeah, that misses.
And that's a turn.
Okay. Next on the list is corpse to the northeast, who stands there and his eyes start to glow and his mouth starts to glow in this big show of blue light. And I need Raphael to make me a fortitude save. As this 20-foot cone of light emanates from the face of this corpse, sideways
What
across the
kind
stairs.
of energy is it?
It is.
Is it energy?
It is a. The ability is called Deathlight, and it is a sickly blue beam of light that will cause negative. It's negative energy, negative damage that's coming through.
Okay. Does it have the harm trait?
It does not. It has action, emotion, fear, mental, necromancy, and occult.
Okay. That is a 14 fortitude save. That's
Okay.
a shit roll.
Yeah, failure. You take 6 negative damage and are frightened 1.
Dead and dying.
Oh
Seriously?
my god.
Well, I'm at 0, so I'm technically
Okay.
nothing. But yeah,
You start.
Jesus Christ.
You started with a hero point.
he's only
by
got
the way.
15 HP. He's a fucking cleric.
You started with a hero point. By
well,
the
it's
way,
not my
so
turn.
I didn't specify, but
It's not my turn, but yes.
it's you can use it the moment you gain the dying condition, so you can do it right now.
Then yeah, he'll heroically stabilize that.
Okay. This room is not your friend.
Why did we go straight back here?
It's for Samal's body.
I don't know. We're dumb.
And you can see that small light feel revivified by this blue beam that's crossed its path as well. So it hits Raphael, and then it starts to rejuvenate the other one. And the other one, then the little light actually moves over to Samal's body
Oh,
and enters it.
I knew.
Oh no.
I knew it.
It spends an action reclaiming the corpse that has died in the past 24 hours. Stemming the Tide is an actual play podcast of the Adventure Path Abomination Vaults and is produced by the Uncharted North Network. Stemming the Tide uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Stemming the Tide is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Music is composed by Will Savino and artwork by Greyhood. Stemming the Tide is recorded remotely using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. If you wish to connect with us or support this project and projects to come, we can be found at unchartednorth.ca, patreon.com/unchartednorth, and on all major social media platforms. Links to all credits can be found in the episode description and our website. Thanks for tuning in.